This is your daily astrology live chat that happens sometimes. That's pretty much it, though. You have to be a subscriber to participate. So please do subscribe. And what I mean by sometimes is that it never happens on Friday. And during the week, I try to get here Monday through Thursday, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Case in point, when I sprained my ankle over this weekend, and it's all kinds of wrapped up, and I'm supposed to be elevating it. I'm actually supposed to not be doing too much yet. And so I'm just trying to sit at my desk and just trying to do what I got to do. But I've been thinking about Pluto. Now I know that I'm coming to you. This is the 21st of March. So I know that I'm coming to you on a new moon in Aries. And if you follow me on TikTok, you follow me on Instagram. If you don't, follow me, because I just posted a manifestation video there to teach you how to manifest with fire moons. It's not about your natal moon. It's not about you. It's about where the current position of the moon is, keeping in touch with, so you are keeping in touch with the current situation around you, and you know what's going on in the cosmos. If it's a fire moon, this manifestation technique will work perfect for you, and it will amplify and quicken your abundance coming to you. So please check that out. So far I've done one for water and I've done one for earth, and now I've got fire, so we've just got air to go. There's actually a full moon in Libra coming up 2 weeks from now. So I will try to have the air manifestation video out then. But look for it, check for it. I think it's really important because these techniques really do work, and they help you to amplify, like I said, your own power and focus your energy for the best results. So I understand that today is a new moon in Aries, which is the new moon of all new moons. It's the beginning, it's the start, and it is time to take action on what you want in your life. And if you don't want it in your life, it is time to take action to get it out of your life and let it be done. This is a new beginning, new start, fresh, not a new, like a second chance, new, something brand new. What have you never done before but always wanted to? This is the time to manifest that into your life. What is up, Alana? Hey to you. It's so nice to have you here. Remember, if you want to chit chat with us, please subscribe to the channel, because then as a subscriber, you can chit chat. I also sell a membership to this channel if anybody's interested. If you want to ask me personal questions when you get on here, only members are allowed to do that. So check that out on the front page of this channel. But yeah, we can chit chat just generally. Let's do it. What's up, Alana? How you doing? How you doing? I'm so glad you're here with me. What I really wanted to talk to you about, because it's been on my mind, was Pluto. Now, I know last week people made a big deal about Saturn going into Pisces, and I think it's really great energy. And I know I talked to that. I spoke to that at length about how it's really going to change the mentality of Saturn in general for the next 3 years. That it's 2.8 something years that Saturn will stay. Good. How are you doing? I'm in the car per usual night. And I love that you're in the car with me. I just love it because I love to listen to people in the car too. I'm doing okay. I'm not doing great. It's not been the best a couple of days for me. It's not been the best 48 hours. Certainly hasn't been the worst. So I don't want to kick myself in the foot, curse myself. Certainly hasn't been the worst, but it just really has not been the best. I sprained my ankle, and I haven't sprained my ankle this bad in years. I thought it was getting so strong, and I thought it was really healing, and I was starting to build a lot of strength that I hadn't seen it in years. And then it just ripped. I could hear the rip. I was just walking. I was just hiking with kisses, and not up like some strenuous mountain. I was just like walking on a dirt path in a local park. And I guess I stepped on dirt paths are often, unbalanced and, or, not level. And it just, and my ankle rolled out, and I heard the ripping occur in my foot. And it was so, and this is what scared my sister, I think, the most, is that I didn't feel pain. I went numb. And it just immediately, like, I couldn't, when you touch it, I don't feel pain. I don't feel much at all. I feel you touching it, but there's no pain. Maybe it's because it's been injured so much. There's a lot of scar tissue there. I don't know, but it's it's now, the bruises are starting to come out all over the place, and even though I rolled it outward, on the outward side of the ankle, it's bruising on the inside too. So it's sort of surrounding my whole foot. And so I allowed myself to just take the day off yesterday, but I had to, and this is why I have channels on astrology, right? Like, I couldn't stop thinking about Pluto, because this is huge. This energy is so big that I don't think people understand it. They talked so much about Saturn, but Pluto entering Aquarius is so much bigger. It's so much. Well, Saturn impacts us more directly in our day to day, but Pluto ushers in a whole new era, era. It ushers in a whole new era. It defines a generation, and it sets up what that generation, what it's going to cause in the human community. Like, what are you going to change, switch, or renew in the human condition, in human evolution? It is that big. And so I wanted to come on and talk about it. If I don't get on here the rest of this week, it doesn't matter. I wanted to be able to talk about it with you guys because it's huge. Pluto moving into Aquarius is huge. Pluto, let me just say this. Pluto moving anywhere is huge, because when Pluto moves, it takes shit down with it. Okay, the last time Pluto moved, we had our huge financial fallout, one of the worst that we've had in 100 years in this country. And I don't know how it affected the globe, but I can't imagine that it didn't affect the globe, because the United States is on the World Stock Exchange. So if we went flatlined, then other people were impacted by it too. So, I mean, that's what happened when Pluto moved last time. I mean, Pluto doesn't move lightly. It moves with a huge thud. Pluto is a wrecking ball. When it moves, it just clears shit out and it levels it. It just levels it. So I don't know what's coming, but I can predict it by the positioning of what's going on right now. I can kind of predict it. I don't love predictive astrology, but it's not about fortune telling. It's just about understanding history and seeing the trends and looking at what has led up to this. Now, since it is Pluto going into Aquarius, I have to tell you, Aquarius loves to surprise you. It does not like to be predicted. So don't think that it's just going to be the obvious. I know that banks have been collapsing, but that was Pluto into Capricorn, calling all those business people out on their shit. What is Pluto going to call Aquarius energy out on? Our human community, how we interact with each other, how we establish our communities, how we treat each other, what is considered fair and balanced at all, the distribution of goods and services, and where has that been blocked up? It's like Pluto will clear it out. It will drudge up the nasty sewage, and it will expose it. And with it, it brings toxicity. It brings collapse. And that's what Pluto does, man. It just does it. And I said to this, watch the Scorpio video this week, because why? Because Scorpio is controlled by Pluto and by Mars. And guess what? They're both making big moves this week. Now, Mars is going into Cancer, which actually kind of dulls it out a little bit. It makes it more vulnerable. It makes it more wishy-washy. It doesn't move as quickly. It is not where it wants to be. But Pluto into Aquarius, I think Pluto's kind of neutral. It'll figure out a way to destroy in general. Last time Pluto was in Aquarius was 1778, which is 2 years after our Declaration of Independence here in the States was signed. But it's not about war. Okay, so Aquarius is about war and revolution, but it's about revolution for people, revolution for human mindset, right? And what we're going to think is fair or design at this point. And guess what? If you do full circle, there's a lot that's become corrupt based on the morals that we set 200 some odd years ago. So, Pluto will call us out on our shit and make us come correct. So I'm just wondering what's happening. Remember, Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008. It took a year for it to really create that collapse in the financial industries, because I know it was 2009 when everything was really announced and everything the rug was pulled out from everybody. And then, I had cited this other example back in 1939, just 9 years after Pluto was discovered. Pluto entered Leo from Cancer, and within a couple of weeks, World War II started. So it doesn't always happen that quickly. It could take a year or two, but ultimately, I think in the next couple of years, you're going to feel something groundbreaking and something earth shaking that is going to change how you perceive your society and your place within it. Because Aquarius asks us, who are we amongst the crowd? What is our obligation to the crowd? And as the crowd, or let's say the community, what is our responsibility? But it's never in isolation from the individual, because Aquarius is opposite Leo. So it's never in opposition to Leo. It's always in balance with. So Aquarius is going to ask us, how do we balance our sense of individuality with our obligations to the community? And do we even remember our obligations to the community, or have we become so individualistic that we've lost track of community in general, which I could tell you has happened and has caused a lot of pain, hurt, and suffering that we don't talk about. We blame all our shit on social media, when in reality, it has been our hyper focus on individuality that has created this collapse in community structure. So it's like, we're gonna have to balance that shit out. And will Pluto call us out on that? Yes, it's gonna call us out. I think it's nice that this is happening. Let's go to Thursday. This is happening when there's a grand water trine in the air. Thursday is when Pluto enters Aquarius, and Mars will be, hold on. What? Let's go back. I'm sorry. Yes. So Pluto goes into Aquarius then, and Mars will follow suit. It will go into Cancer on Saturday. So this is huge change for Scorpios. You're going to feel this like crazy. I feel like your whole life is probably going to kind of rumble around you, because you're going to feel this like crazy. Both your ruling dignitaries, your modern and your traditional, are taking huge steps. They're transiting, and it's always that first couple of days. And for Pluto, because it moves so slow, it's like that first year where you get the biggest thud, right? It's like ground zero. Oh, thank you so much, Dad. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Alana. I just got that message. I appreciate that. I hope it heals quickly too. Thank you so much. So yeah, I wanted to come on and just talk about this, because that's what the astrology is really leading up to, these big transits, and the fact that we have such a huge energy bundle in Aries and then Taurus. It's like our own personal identity and our finances. Like, how do we support our individuality? So this could lead us to clues about how the individual makes money, how we have the systems that we have designed to build and grow and nurture our personal self, right? It's like those economic systems, those financial systems could completely collapse. Uranus is here. Uranus has been switching up and causing ruckus in Taurus for the past almost 3 years, and it'll be there for 3 more, I think. I don't know exact dates. I should, I know. But it has been tearing it up. It has been tearing down traditional systems of commerce, of exchange, of trade, and surprising us. And the fact that now Pluto is going to be square to this energy eventually. Square plus. So a says a square. Maybe. No, not a full says a square. It's just going to cause a lot of, I think, impact. You're going to feel the major impact here. Venus is right there near Uranus on Thursday as this is happening. Not conjunct Uranus, though. Not conjunct Uranus as Pluto moves into Aquarius. Mercury is conjunct Chiron at that time. And what amazed me was that Pluto is square to the nodes. And the nodes are about to change. The nodes will change in May. North node will go into Aries and South node will go into Libra. Once again, begging us to ask, what's the relationship between ourselves, our sense of who we are, our person, and how we form relationships with others. It's not coincidence. It's all building up here. I would love to hear your thoughts. What are you thinking about this energy down below? Please do leave your comments. Please do. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm just going to go back in history a little bit. Years. Let's go back. Okay. And let's go back years. Let's go back. I'm looking something up. So Pluto went into Capricorn. Pluto went into Capricorn in February of 2008. Oh, and you had a stellium in Aquarius. Mercury was conjunct Chiron once again. There's dissemination of hurtful information that's coming out. We're going to discover or learn about some hurtful shit. Jupiter was at 14 degrees Capricorn at that point. But when Pluto moved into Capricorn, we had a stellium in Aquarius. We had a lot of energy centered in Aquarius. So that was 2008. Let's go now. Back to the years. We're here in 2023. Everything is fated. Everything is falling onto the fate side of the wheel, the right side of the wheel. Not February, though. Hold on. Month. There we go. I guess I'm just... I just feel like a lot of people have money coming to them that has been blocked up. What's up? Hey, Mary Mars, what's up? Hey, Mrs. FMK, what's up? Hey, clever username. I have Moon conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. Okay. 11th house. And now I'm a little nervous. Why? Moon conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. Is Pluto falling on top of it? What degrees is it at? It depends on the degrees. I mean, eventually, whatever degrees it is, Pluto will come, but it could take years for Pluto to become conjunct that. And that would primarily impact your family, because Moon Saturn conjunctions speak heavily to parentage. Hi, Andrea, what's up? That's a very loose conjunction. I wouldn't even consider that a conjunction, because they're 10 degrees away from each other. I don't really consider it a conjunction until it's until it's 5 degrees. And for it to be a real powerful conjunction that's impacting you a great deal, it's 2 degrees or less. So that's not a huge That's not a huge connection. But when Pluto falls in between the two of them, it could cause issues. Hello. Thank you so much, SB. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope I feel better soon too. I think for me, I'm trying just not to rush things, trying to slow things down. Last time Pluto moved, we had a stellium in Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about fairness, like doing the right thing, doing the thing that's right by everyone, and then an equal dissemination of resources. Now we have a stellium in Aries and a Taurus, which is all about personal finance. So there could be something that really shakes us and quakes us in that way. Personal value. It doesn't just have to be finance. It could be value in general. I think it's going to be a challenge too, how we use or maybe misuse the concept of individuality. That's my guess. But my overall guess is that we're going to learn something that makes us question our own reality, because that's what Aquarius does. Aquarius is all about hyper reality. It's all about the space between heaven and earth. And it's interesting how Sunday I cracked my ankle, and Aquarius rules ankles. So there is almost like a break between concept and reality. And it's going to call you out on that. It's going to show you, how what you've conceptualized is a bunch of bullshit, or where the cracks are, where the inconsistencies are that we haven't wanted to look at. Hey, Teresa, what's up? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you're welcome, Andrea. I appreciate it. And thank you for listening. So yeah, folks, I'm just kind of like blown away right now by this energy. I want to watch it carefully. I know how 2008 impacted me, 2009. I know how it impacted me. And it was one of the worst times of my life when I think back on it. 2008 and then 2012, two of the most horrible times in my life. And now I've come out, and I hope I've come out the other side, but I'm thinking, I don't know. You never know how Pluto's going to impact you. But like I said, it doesn't usually impact you individually. Both those times, there were issues that were happening globally that trickled down and impacted me. It wasn't a direct hit on my life. But because Pluto has so much impact, it's like a huge asteroid hitting. And it will impact you even if it's 3,000 miles away. Like, it will impact you even if it's not a direct hit. It will impact you. I just felt it in my waters. We are in for one hell of a revolution. And I think that revolutions aren't necessarily always just war. I think this one is a revolution of the mind, of the way that we see ourselves and our reality. That's what's going to be thrown in complete chaos. So those are my predictions. And that's all I'll say. When you mentioned Pluto during the Scorpio reading, I received a notification about an earthquake in Afghanistan. Oh, God bless. I hope they're okay. See, this is the thing. The way that Pluto is moving now, it's like that earthquake in Afghanistan, and I pray for the people over there. Yes, it will cause destruction, but it's also going to reveal something that people didn't know about or hadn't seen for millennia. That's what I'm saying. There's a revelation that's about to happen that will cause a revolution, because it will make us question everything that we have. It'll even make us question how we've measured things, how we've counted things, how we've quantified things. It will show us you've counted wrong. You've quantified wrong. You weren't even working with the right variables. I mean, it's almost like this is a big old check on the math, right? And we've just felt we were patting ourselves on the back. We've been doing the math correctly. We've been doing the math all wrong because we hadn't even put enough variables on the table because we weren't clever enough to consider them. And I'm not a mathematician. I don't know shit about math, but that's the best way I can kind of create an analogy. So it's stuff like earthquakes that will reveal things. That's what I'm trying to say. That, we'll have to face, we'll have to look at. When that earth shifts, it makes us realize something. Reveal your secrets. That's kind of what it is. It's kind of like that Harry Potter thing with like reveal your secrets. Like that's what I feel is going to happen. There's like a lot of revelations that are going to happen. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. We've got 11 people on here. Absolutely, our foundations feel a bit unsettled. We got 11 people on here. I know that a lot of us don't come on anymore because the notifications don't get through, but I appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys coming on and always showing up. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get off right now because I just have to go. I have to go to work and start other work that I'm falling behind on because I'm just not moving well, and I have such high energy. And when all of a sudden you can't exercise for 2 weeks, when you exercise 5 times a week, it's shitty. It is. And like the exercises, I do exercises. I just did some this morning, but it's not the same as doing a full on workout, and it's so frustrating for me. But you're welcome so much. You're welcome, Andreo. And thank you so much, guys. Please do go. Tickets for the live event on May 13th are still on sale. The sale, they will stop. Ticket sales will end on April 4th. So please get your purchases in by then. And then we're going to see if yes or no, we have enough people for it to continue. But if you've been holding out and waiting, don't hold out and don't wait. We really only have a couple more weeks to get all those ticket sales in. Just an FYI, I do hope to see you there. Austin is a great town, so I hope you guys will come and visit me. And for right now, let's just watch the astrology and see how this stuff pans out. Thursday is a big day, and I don't think that something will happen on Thursday. Pluto takes, like I say, up to a year, maybe 2, to really have its impact, because Pluto moves very slow. And whereas an energy like Mercury or the moon, you're going to feel that immediately. Even Venus or Mars, like when Mars on Saturday enters Cancer, you'll feel the slowing down. You'll feel the pensiveness, the hesitation. You'll feel it. But Pluto is sneakier because it's slower and it's insidious and ruthless. And it will take some time because it aims really specifically. And I just saw like a crack splitting. And it's only when everything collapses from the crack do you even know the crack is there. So we can expect that, I think, in about a year or so. Sometimes it acts immediate. Sometimes it takes a couple of years. But, I mean, it's taking its impact. And let me say this. It's going to be sextile to Aries. It's going to be sextile when it enters on Thursday. Pluto is going to be sextile to the sun. It's going to be sextile to loose sextile to Mercury, but it's going to be sextile to the sun and even to a certain degree Neptune. Neptune, I know, is in Pisces, but it's a 25 degrees Pisces, and that's still a 25 degree sextile is 60 degrees. It's still a 55 degree sextile, so that's within 5 degrees. So it's like opportunity through what? Through dreams, imagination, and what we considered impossible, and then the sun bringing it to light, and courage, having courage in our dreams and making those changes happen. I mean, go ahead, take the plunge. You'd rather be working with Pluto than against it. I can tell you that right now. I love you guys so much. I could rattle on this forever, but thank you so much for joining me. I probably won't be on for the rest of this week. But I'm still doing personal readings. If you want a personal reading, go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com, and register for the reading that you want. Schedule it all right there. It's all done through the website. Also, you can check out my merch. I have special t-shirts, hats for the summertime, water bottles, all that stuff, all that good stuff for summertime fun over on my website store. That's www.bornwithoutboundaries.com/shop. That's all you have to do. It's all there. So I hope you guys will check that out. I still have to get some merch to wear so you guys can see it. It's really cute. It's just fun, playful. It's all my astrology glyphs. So it's very bright and rainbow, and I love that kind of stuff. It's super sensational, and I hope you guys like it too. I love you, and I will talk to you. Well, I'll definitely see you in the videos, but I'll talk to you probably next week, but maybe tomorrow. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.